For a very long time, people have looked up at the sky. They wanted to find answers in the quiet space above. We have asked if we are the only ones in this big universe, or if other thinking beings are here with us. The big question is not just, are they out there? It is more like, what will happen when they show up? This is the start of alien arrival. What happens next? The thought of visitors from other planets has made us imagine many things for many years. From old stories to seeing strange things now, the idea of alien visitation has always been in the back of our minds. But what if this is not just a dream or a quick look? What if there is more and more proof, and what seemed impossible is starting to seem real? We are about to learn and understand new things. A time when smart people are more open to the big meaning of meeting beings from other worlds. This series is not about making things seem more exciting than they are. It is about looking at things in a sensible way. It is about asking the important questions that will shape our future. The time of alien visitation is not just in made-up stories anymore. It is something we must now think about seriously. And when that time comes, the most important question will be, what happens next? This is what we will focus on. Not just how or why they might come, but what will happen right away and how it will change us and our world. Will they share knowledge in a friendly way? Will it be a very difficult time? Or will it be something we cannot even imagine now? It will change everything we do, our science, our governments, our beliefs, and how we see ourselves. This series will look at these ideas. It will use what experts say, science ideas, and past events to show what the future might be like. In the shows to come, we will try to answer these huge questions. We will look at how likely it is that there is life on other planets and what it might be like. We will see what happens right away to our world and its countries when we first meet. We will think about what is right and wrong and how our thoughts about life will change a lot because of alien visitation. And we will see how people might react, from leaders and groups to just a regular person. This is not saying what will happen, but helping us get ready. It is a way to understand a future that we are not sure about, but it is looking more and more possible. The universe is very big, and it has many deep secrets. The chance of alien visitation is not a far-off dream anymore. It is something that might happen soon and needs us to pay attention. Come with us. 1. Aliens arrive on Earth. For a very long time, it has been like a big painting for us, a roof over our heads, and a road in space. We have looked up, hoping to find answers, to understand why we are here, and to know if we are truly by ourselves. Then, one day, the sky changes. It does not change slowly. It is a big event. A single, clear moment when what we thought was only in our minds becomes real, with a force like an exploding star. This is not about seeing a small light or something strange anymore. This is them arriving. Picture it. Not a signal from far away, not a small ship we find, but someone is here. Something that is real and so big it is hard to understand, and it is more amazing than anything we could have dreamed. What does that first, clear sign look like? It is probably not a group of flying plates flying around a famous building. Stories have shown us many pictures, but what really happens, if it happens, might be much stranger, much quieter, and much more shocking. Think about the air. Not just rainstorms, but strange things happening in one place. Spots where gravity seems to bend, where the air looks like it is sparkling with hidden power, or where light bends in ways that science cannot explain. Think of the strange quiet that sometimes comes before a big earthquake, but much bigger, all over the world and completely different from anything we know. Our radar, which watches the sky all the time, would go crazy. Not with little dots, but with things that are impossible. Things that appear and disappear right away. Shapes that move and speed up in ways that no material we know can do. Our satellites, watching from space, would see things that cannot be explained. Gravity bending around things too small to be stars, or energy coming out in ways that do not match any known space science. These would not be just one or two things. They would start to make a pattern, showing that someone intelligent is here. Seeing them arrive would change everything. If it is a ship, it would not be made of metal. It might be made of pure light, a pattern of light that shines with amazing power, or a living thing. So big it covers whole countries. Imagine something huge, not built, but grown, opening up in our space. Its outside might not be solid like we know it, but like a flowing, changing skin that moves and forms. New shapes, showing patterns that tell of a different kind of math, a different kind of life. Maybe it is not one thing, but many. A beautiful, scary dance of smaller ships, each moving with its own mind, working together like a great planned show. They would not move like our own flying machines. They would move smoothly, perfectly, and with a beauty that shows they control space and time itself. The size would be the first thing you would notice. Not just big, but so big it is like the whole universe. Shapes that go from the top of the air to the edge of space, blocking the sun for large parts of the world. Or, the opposite, something so small it is hard to see, but so powerful that it can appear and disappear whenever it wants, like a ghost. The sound or no sound would be just as important. We might expect loud noises and explosions, the sound of great power. But what if they arrive with a strange quiet? A deep silence that presses on you, making the air feel heavy and full of energy. Or maybe it is a low sound, a deep feeling that goes through your body, a sound that feels very old and completely new, making not just your ears, but your whole body shake. It could be many sounds that we cannot hear with our ears, but our bodies feel them as a big change in how things are. Then everyone on Earth would look up. Every eye on the planet, looking at the same time. From the busy cities where tall buildings suddenly look small, to the quiet villages where the night sky has always been a familiar friend. News people with pale faces, trying to find words to say what they see. Scientists in their homes for watching stars, their years of work and ideas now useless in a moment, looking at screens that show impossible things. Leaders of countries, their plans for the world falling apart, facing a shared reality that is bigger than any border or fight. Think of the strong feelings. Amazement, for sure. The amazing beauty of something so different and wonderful. But also fear. A deep, natural fear from not knowing, from suddenly feeling how small we are. Wonder, too. The strong desire to know that has been with humans since the beginning, now shown something amazing. It is a moment when everyone on Earth is together, not by speaking the same language or having the same culture, but by sharing one huge experience. Every camera, every phone, every way to record on Earth would be pointed up, trying to catch proof of the impossible. All of humanity's thoughts would be on one spot in the sky, or maybe on the ground. What is the first thing they do that we can see? This is where guessing really starts, and where what happens next depends on what they want. It is not likely they will fight us right away. It is more likely they will watch and show themselves slowly. They might just be there. Their huge ships hanging in the sky, watching us quietly to see how we act. Just being there is an action, a statement. It makes us look at them, ask questions, and react. Or they might send a signal when they arrive. Not radio waves, maybe, but something more basic. A change in light, a pattern of energy that everyone can understand, even without a special code. Imagine beautiful shapes appearing in the clouds, or the stars themselves briefly changing into a message. This would be a smart move, a clear way to start talking without the confusion of spoken words. It would be a scientific statement, showing they understand how the universe works. Another possibility is that their arrival changes our world. Maybe their engines, or just their presence, change our air, our magnetic field, or even how the ground moves. This might not be on purpose, but a result of their great power and different ways of working or living. We might see strange lights in the sky, changes in the weather that science cannot explain, or a strange feeling of electricity in the air. This would be a less direct way of meeting, where we feel their presence by how it changes our world, not by talking to them directly. Think about what it means for aliens to visit. It means beings from other planets coming to Earth, their arrival, and what happens after. This is that arrival. It is the moment when the universe stops being just an idea and becomes a real thing, a neighbor we cannot ignore. If they are here, if they have traveled across the huge empty space, what they want, what they can do, and what they are like become the most important questions humanity has ever faced. What if their arrival is not one big event, but many small, almost unnoticeable introductions? Maybe they do not arrive in big ships, but in forms we would not know at first. Tiny machines that go into our world, or things that look natural but are actually their scouts. This slow, quiet arrival would be harder to find, harder to see as a clear moment of meeting. It would be a slow understanding, a dawning realization that our world has been watched, maybe even changed for a long time. However it happens, their arrival is the point of no going back. It is the moment that completely changes where we stand in the universe. The huge space suddenly feels a little less empty and much more complicated. The questions we have been asking in the quiet of our planet are suddenly answered by a presence that needs our attention, our understanding, and our reply. We are no longer alone in looking for answers. We are now part of a much bigger and much more mysterious conversation. The game of chance has been played, and the pieces have landed on Earth. 2. First contact with humans. After the first surprise, the real test starts. How will people act when they know for sure there are smart beings from other worlds? We move from seeing a big show to looking at the small, real moments when people meet these beings for the first time. We see how people feel and react in quick, strong, and different ways. Picture this, not a huge ship landing in a big city, but a small, shiny craft about the size of a small bus landing quietly in a dry, empty land in Nevada. It's early morning. A scientist named Dr. Eris Thorne is checking his tools near a research place. He's seen things that look real but aren't, like heat waves or dust clouds. But this is different. The object doesn't fly like any plane he knows. It's super smooth, shining in the new sun in a way that seems to bend what's real. Thorne stops. He can't breathe. His smart brain, used to watching and figuring things out, can't place what he's seeing. It's not a toy plane. It's not a new kind of plane. It's something else. He doesn't feel scared right away, not fully. He feels a huge, almost stopping sense of wonder. He reaches for his phone, his hands shaking not from cold, but from a rush of energy he's never felt. He's seeing an idea become real. The thought, maybe aliens can visit Earth, something he might have thought about late at night, has just landed in his own area. As Thorne watches, a part of the craft moves away. It doesn't make noise like a machine, but moves with a smooth flow that seems like it's part of a living thing. It goes down to the ground. Then a shape comes out. It's not like the scary creatures in movies. It's tall and thin, with arms and legs that move in a strange, smooth way. It looks a bit like a person, but the parts are not right. Its skin is like many shiny colors that change as it moves. It has no tools or weapons. It just stands, looking at the land, and then, its eyes, or what Thorne thinks are eyes, too big. Dark, almond-shaped holes on its head, look at him. This is the moment an idea becomes real. The theory becomes truly, excitingly real. Thorne's clear understanding of the world breaks. What are the first feelings and thoughts people have when they meet something like this? For Thorne, it's a flood. There's the basic, strong fear, a need to run from what's unknown. But on top of that is a huge need to know. He's a scientist. This is the biggest discovery. He wants to know why. He wants to write it down. He wants to understand. He also feels a deep respect, a feeling of being small next to something so completely different, so advanced. It's a humbling, powerful experience. He holds up his phone, trying to record, but the screen flashes, then goes dark. The phone makes a high sound and stops working. It's a quiet way of showing power, not fighting. The alien takes a step. It doesn't run or walk fast. It glides. Its moves are slow and planned. It stops about 20 steps away from Thorne. It lifts one of its thin arms, which has many parts. Thorne moves back without thinking, getting ready for, he doesn't know what. But the alien doesn't hurt him. It holds out its hand flat. In its hand is a small, shiny rock. It glows with a soft light inside. It could be a gift, or a message, or a test. Thorn's mind works fast. What are the first things the alien does that people try to understand, and what do they think at first? This simple action, this gift, is the first important piece of information. Is it a sign of peace? A piece of its body? Thorn's training takes over. Figure out. Don't guess. He sees no anger in the alien's body. Its head is tilted a little, as if curious. Its dark eyes seem to be looking at him, not with hate, but with a strong, careful look. He takes a slow step forward. His heart beats hard against his ribs like a trapped bird. He reaches out, his own hand shaking, and gently takes the crystal from the alien's hand. It feels cool, smooth, and has a faint energy. As his fingers touch it, a wave of something comes over him. Not thoughts, not pictures, but a feeling. A sense of being huge, of old knowledge, of deep sadness. It's too much, almost too much to handle. He steps back, breathing hard. The alien makes a soft, deep sound. It's not a language Thorn knows, but it sounds like maybe it cares? Or maybe it's just watching. It turns, its shiny scales glowing, and glides back to its craft. The part that came off joins back perfectly. The craft lifts off the ground, without a sound, without effort, and goes up into the sky, getting smaller until it's just a dot and then gone. Thorn is left alone in the dry land, the crystal glowing in his hand. The quiet that comes is very loud. He looks at his dead phone, his dead communication phone. He is alone. He has proof. But how will anyone believe him? He has felt something beyond normal human experience, a direct meeting with the idea of aliens visiting. This small event, this single meeting, starts to show the bigger meaning of aliens visiting Earth for everyone. It's not about taking over, at least not this time. It's about being here. It's about talking or trying to. It's about the big meaning of knowing that we are not alone in the universe, and that this idea was wrong. Think about another situation, far away, but hours later. A small town by the sea in Portugal. A fishing boat, called the Estrela do Mar, is out early in the morning. The sailors, men who have seen big storms and strange sea animals, are pulling in their nets. Suddenly, their sonar goes crazy. Not the normal sound of a whale or a lot of fish, but something huge, something moving too fast under them. Then, the sea itself starts to act strange. It churns, not with normal waves, but with a strange, big swell. A light, very bright white, shines through the fog. It comes from the water. And then it comes up. Not a craft like Thorn's visitor in the desert, but a giant, glowing living thing. It looks alive, a living thing of impossible size, shining with light from inside. It makes their boat look tiny. The fishermen stop. Old Manuel, the captain, a man who faced huge waves and engine problems without fear, can only stare. His face shows pure, total fear. His crew, younger and less experienced, are shocked and scared. One of them, a young man named Tiago, grabs his phone, tears running down his face. He's trying to capture the impossible, to show what he sees. This is a different kind of meeting. It's not a machine, but something alive. The alien visitor here is shown as a living thing, maybe a creature made by aliens, or a creature that grew naturally on a world where life is very different. The first feelings and thoughts of these men are different from Thorn's. Fear is the most important. They don't have scientific thoughts or curiosity to make the basic fear less. They're facing something that could, with one move, destroy their boat, their lives. What are the first things this creature does? It floats above the water, its huge body casting a strange light. It doesn't come down. It doesn't offer anything. It just is. Its light shines in moving patterns. Are these messages? A way to talk? Or just how it lives? The fishermen can only guess. They see its great power. They think it's a danger. Tiago's phone, unlike Thorn's, works for a moment. He gets a few seconds of shaky video before it stops working, probably because of some unknown energy. He's trying to tell the world about the unbelievable, to share his fear. This meeting shows how differently people react. Thorn, the scientist, felt wonder and curiosity along with fear. The fishermen, focused on staying alive, feel only fear and a strong need to escape. Their instinct is to run, to tell others, to warn them. They try to start their engine, but it makes a noise and stops. They're trapped. The giant creature slowly moves down, its light getting brighter. It doesn't attack. It passes over them, its huge shadow covering the sun for a moment. The water around them starts to make a humming sound with energy. They feel a strange pressure, a feeling of being mixed up. Then, as quietly as it came, it goes up, moving away from the land, disappearing into the huge Atlantic Ocean. The sea becomes calm. The sonar goes back to normal. The engine starts by itself. The fishermen are left shaking, their nets forgotten, their world changed forever. They have seen something that can't be explained, something that shows that humans are not alone. They have no crystal, no proof, only a shared, scary memory and a few seconds of bad video. This second story, though also about meeting aliens for the first time, is very different. It shows that first contact is not just one thing, but many possibilities. It could be a clean meeting with technology or a basic meeting with a living thing. In both cases, the question, what happens, is answered right away for the people involved. For Thorn, it's the start of a new science time, a big challenge for his mind. For the fishermen, it's a close call with the amazing and scary unknown, a clear reminder of how weak they are. These single events, these meetings in one place, are the start that will lead to everyone knowing. Thorn will eventually share what he found, but people won't believe him easily. The fishermen will tell their story, and it will be called people seeing things or a strange weather event. But the proof, broken and hard to believe as it might be, will start to appear. The meaning is huge. If aliens can visit us, then the universe is not as empty as we thought. Our place in it has changed. The usual idea of aliens visiting, beings from other planets coming to Earth, causing events and results, is no longer just an idea. It is becoming real. As the first shocks from these single meetings start to spread, the world's governments and science groups try hard to understand this new reality. But before they can agree on how to act, the aliens make their next move, sending a message that will change our place in the sky forever. 3. Reactions around the world. The very second the news is confirmed, it's not quiet. It's a huge shout all over the world. Picture this: every TV screen, every radio, every online page suddenly showing the same unbelievable truth. No more guessing. No more blurry pictures or strange ideas. This is real. We can't deny it. We are not by ourselves. Think about the first big wave of this news. It hits every country every time, almost at the same time. Newsreaders, with shocked and serious faces, tell everyone. Governments everywhere put out careful statements that mean a lot. You see videos of people in Tokyo, their morning travel stopping as they look, amazed, at the sky. In Rio, a lively party stops, the music fades as everyone looks up. In London, the busy rush hour becomes strangely quiet. Not everyone reacts the same way. It's a million different feelings all happening at once. For some, it's pure, big fear. Think of the deep fear you feel when you face something totally unknown. Suddenly, the world you know feels weak. People get scared and act in different ways. Stores are emptied fast, not for food, but to get away. Traffic stops for miles, with people trying to get to a safe place, wherever that might be. Families hold each other tight, not knowing what will happen next. Armies get ready, not to fight, but to try and keep things calm when everything is so unsure. But there's another side. Deep, amazing wonder. For many, this is the best thing they could imagine, proving that humans have always wanted to know about space. You see people standing quietly, with tears on their faces, not from fear, but from how beautiful and huge it all is. Children, who don't worry like grown-ups, point with happy surprise. They see something that will change their whole lives. Scientists, who have spent their lives looking for life in space, feel both happy they found it and small. The universe just got much, much bigger, and we just found out we have neighbors. And then there are those who can't believe it. The doubters. The ones who don't trust easily. They argue, they look for tricks, for reasons to think it's fake. Online groups get busy with arguments, with people sticking to their own ideas. This is how people protect themselves, a way to deal with something that changes what we thought about our place. In space. This inner struggle is strong, and it happens on every street and in every home. While all these feelings are happening, the world starts to move. Governments, after being shocked, begin to act. Big meetings happen, but the first goal is to get information and stop panic, not to make rules. Science places like SETI and NASA become very important. Their work, which was once for a few people, is now what humans need most to understand. Teams of space experts, scientists who study life from other planets, and language experts work all day and night. They get information from telescopes and satellites. The first thing they want to do is learn about the visitors. What is their technology like? What do they look like? What do they want? This is not an idea anymore. It's the most important science work ever. Think about all the information they would get. They would try to understand how their ships work. They would try to figure out any messages, even simple ones. They would study changes in the air, energy signs, or anything else that shows they are here. This is where real science starts, looking at facts, not just feelings. They would study the information very carefully, looking for anything unusual, any pattern, anything that doesn't fit with what we know about science. This could help us understand our new visitors from space. But people are not just about fear and science. They also want to show how they feel. As the first shock fades, something new happens: art. Artists use their paints, their music, their words. Musicians write sad songs that show the mystery and greatness of the moment. Writers start to tell stories, thinking about what this meeting means through made-up tales. Social media, which first had panic and guesses, starts to fill with art, funny pictures, and personal thoughts that try to make sense of it all. This is how we deal with big things. This is how we make the impossible part of what we think is real. It shows the human spirit, our need to create meaning, even when faced with something completely new. Think about how this changes world culture. Religions have big questions. Ideas are looked at again. Our whole view of the world, built on thinking we are the only ones, is changed forever. The idea of visitors from space, once just in movies, is now real. This makes us look at our own past, how we grew, and what we can do. Are we a young race, meeting older ones? Or are we something else? The first moments are not about big speeches or agreements. They're about how billions of people truly feel. It's about the confusion, the wonder, the fear, and the slow understanding that humans, with all their differences, are now joined by one giant event. This shared event, though, doesn't make our differences disappear. Instead, it makes them stronger, as different groups of people deal with this new reality in their own ways. The news of alien visitors would be seen through hundreds of years of history, through current politics, and through old stories. A country that has always felt alone might see this as a chance to connect with the world, while a country that has had wars might be suspicious right away. Scientists, while working together to find answers, would also argue among themselves. What are the right things to do when trying to talk to them? What are the dangers of showing them too much about ourselves? Should we be careful or very curious? These are not easy questions, and people would argue about them a lot, using science, but also human feelings and past experiences. Even the words we use would start to change. Words like from outer space, intelligence not from Earth, and strange beings would move from science talk to everyday use. The very idea of life and thinking would be tested and maybe made bigger. The effect on our understanding of life itself would be huge. If alien life is found, it could teach us about new ways life works, new types of cells, and new ways life has grown, much more than we have seen on Earth. This could lead to big steps in medicine, how we make things, and our basic idea of life. The first global reaction is a mix of fear, hope, curiosity, and not believing. It's a time when humans have to face what they can't do, what they thought was true, and what they can do. Because this event is so big, every person, every group, every country will feel it differently. There's no one story, no one way of reacting. Instead, there are many voices, many feelings, and the start of a new time. This is not just about aliens coming. It's about humans realizing they are not alone in the universe anymore. And with that realization, the world is changed forever. The first moments show how weak we are, how strong we are, and how much we want to understand. It's the moment when the universe, in its great size, finally touches us, making us look outside and inside with new eyes. The questions that come up are not just about them, but about us. Who are we now that we know we are not alone? This basic question will be heard in all parts of human life. 4. Understanding alien intentions. They are here. That is a fact. But why are they here? This is the big question. It is the most important thing we need to figure out. It will decide our future. Think about when different groups of people first met. Sometimes they traded and shared ideas. Other times, there was fighting and harm. We have seen both good and bad happen when people meet. And we are all human. Now, imagine meeting beings who are completely different. They came from a world we can't even imagine. They might want things we don't understand. We often think others will want the same things we do. We understand wanting more, learning, being scared, or wanting power. We think aliens might be like that too. But this is a dangerous idea. What makes a creature that breathes something other than air want to live? What do beings who live for hundreds of years or think as one big group care about? Their reasons won't be like ours. Maybe they need something from Earth. Maybe they are explorers, like us sending robots to space to learn. Or maybe they are running from something bad on their planet. Or maybe they see us as a danger. There are many possible reasons. Some might just want to watch and learn. Like a scientist looking at stars. They might want to help life grow. Others might be like scientists studying us. They want to know how we live, how we think, and what we can do. They might watch us or take samples. All for knowledge. Some might just need things. Earth has many resources. If their planet is running out of things, they might take ours. This doesn't mean they are evil. It might just be how they survive. But it could hurt our planet and our lives. Some might want to live here. Their planet might be gone. They might want to build their homes on Earth. This could mean we have to leave, or there could be fights. And then there are reasons we can't even think of. They might be so different that we won't know their plans until it's too late. Their actions might seem strange to us, but make sense to them. It's scary to think that for a long time, we will only guess why they are doing things. What do they want when they just watch us? Are they waiting? If they change our world, are they making it like theirs, or fixing something we don't see? We will watch everything they do. We will try to guess what it means. This not knowing makes us worried. We will look for any sign. Are they showing us new tools as a gift or to show their power? Are they setting up borders as a warning or to keep us out? Because they aren't telling us clearly, we will always be guessing. Remember when different countries met new people? At first, they were curious. But one side had more power and different ideas. It didn't always end well. We can't let that happen with aliens. We must try not to think of them like us. We must be smart and open-minded. Maybe they don't even think like us. Maybe their actions come from a big group mind or from needs we can't understand. Like how a computer can do things it wasn't told to do. Maybe they have different ideas about what is right and wrong. Our ideas come from how we grew. What if their ideas are so different that what we think is bad, they think is okay? This doesn't excuse hurting us, but it shows how different we might be. Scientists will work hard. They will try to find signs. But finding them is just the start. Understanding them is much harder. It's like trying to read a book in a language we don't know, written by someone who lived a totally different life. Right after they arrive, we will watch and study everything. Every picture from space, Every bit of air data will be looked at for clues. We will look for patterns. Are they taking our resources or taking care of them? Are they trying to talk or just being there? Do their actions look planned or random? It's very hard. We might see anger when they are just being different. We might think they are spying when they are just curious. We might think they don't care when they are trying not to harm us. If we guess wrong, we might get into a fight or we might be too trusting. So, knowing why they are here is not just thinking. It's about staying alive. We need to be open, careful, and always curious. We need to think about all the possible reasons, even the scary ones. We need to be ready for things we can't even imagine. We will learn that our ideas about the world and about life might be very wrong. But if it's so hard to know why they are here, what signs should we look for? And how will we react? Conclusion. For many weeks, we have traveled through space with our thoughts and our deepest feelings. We asked a question that people have asked for a long time. Are we the only ones in space? If the answer is no, and if the quiet of space is about to be broken by a very big announcement that intelligent life from other planets has arrived, then what? This series, Alien Arrival, What Happens Next, did not try to give exact answers. Instead, it was a journey to think about things we cannot imagine. We looked at many ways alien visitation could happen. We thought about a quiet sound from far away or seeing a ship in our sky. We thought about all the things that could happen. We wondered about these visitors, what they want, what their bodies are like, how they see the universe, and how their being here could change what we think life is. We thought about the first moments, how everyone on Earth would feel, how we would try to get information, and how we might come together or be torn apart. We looked past the first meeting to see how alien visitation could change our towns, our tools, and how we see our place in the universe. Even though these ideas were just guesses, they all led back to one exciting question: what happens next? But why do we keep looking at the stars and thinking about visitors from other places? It's more than just being curious about what we don't know. Thinking about alien visitation is like looking in a mirror. It shows our hopes, our worries, and our biggest dreams. By imagining beings very different from us, we have to think about what it really means to be human. What is most important to us? What makes us special? What are the simple truths that are the same everywhere, even across huge distances in space? The act of asking, what happens next, helps us create new ideas, talk to each other,